Hey, George. Okay, it's finally evaluation day. I've been terribly sick, so I have not been doing evaluation videos because, for the most part, I can't speak. So I have your 6105 8009 in here. This watch you have owned since new, and you use this for dive training. And you said you wore it a lot, and then you put it away, and you brought it back out again recently, and you noticed that you took it to the beach, and you noticed that it got some condensation, and very wisely you stopped wearing it, and then you contacted me, and I'm glad that you did. Let's talk about the running condition currently. It's running like an unserviced Seiko. It's got some beat error. It's gaining a ton of time, and it's the amplitude is low. But for an unserviced 47-year-old watch, this is pretty astonishing. It's really good. You've taken very decent care of this watch for it to run in this condition. It's low, but after servicing, it would be great. It's going to be fine. Mechanically, what these numbers tell me is that the watch is on service, but mechanically that it's fine. So with the service, we should be good to go. Your seals are definitely old. This is your caseback seal, and it's flat, so that's not a surprise. But look at the shine of the movement. Look at the shine of the movement. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Of course, your original waffle strap. Let's talk cosmetics. Yeah, it's very unusual, by the way. I don't think I've actually... I can't remember the last time I got in one of these watches that was original to the owner. Certainly, I've never gotten one with the original waffle strap on it. The movement looks bright. Movement looks clean. Your lower mainspring arbor port is a little worn. These have a sort of a, not a failure of design, but a failure of execution where Seiko decided to shortcut on one step. This screw sits on top of a thing called the mainspring arbor. And the arbor is the axle that the mainspring barrel turns on. The arbor is made of stainless steel. The lower end of that sits in a hole in the main plate, and the main plate's made of brass. So as this watch winds, as the weight goes around and turns this intermediary wheel, which turns this ratchet wheel, and which turns the axle, that hole grinds from a round hole into an oval, and then the mainspring barrel starts to tip. So the way we address that is we install a Seiko-made jewel on the bottom. It's not a cheap fix, but it's a great one because it's what Seiko used to address that problem in the higher end versions of these watches, the 6159s. It's what they did there. So we can basically reverse that cure into this one, and it will make it much better. This watch is unusual in a few respects. It's a late 6105 8009. 9 is the North American version, and because it's late, it's got the B version of the movement, which means it's hacking. Also, this is fun. This watch was made by the Suwa factory. It's a Suwa design. Seiko had two factories, Suwa and Daney. Daney, when there was a problem with Suwa needing extra parts because they weren't up to speed with all their stuff, Daney would sometimes help out. This caseback was made by Daney. Oops, it's upside down. Daney Seikosha Co. Limited. So this is a Suwa back with a Suwa logo on it, but it was made by Daney, which I think that's kind of neat. You're the original owner of this watch. That's amazing. Let's talk cosmetics. I've never seen another one in this condition here. This is the nicest condition 6105 8000 8009 I've ever seen on the original waffle strap. Don't use this strap, by the way. These can break without warning. There are excellent reproductions made now that Uncle Seiko, who's Larry Beligny, and he has these, and I would definitely recommend doing that. Have me remove this strap and don't use it anymore. Just put it away. Your watch is in astonishing condition. Look at the crystal. Crystal doesn't even have a mark on it. I don't see any marks on the insert. You talked about things that you wanted to have done. You wanted that watch to be sealed again. Okay. We can do all new seals. I'm one of only 3 people in the world that can rebuild these crowns with new seals. That can be done. You had talked about the luminescence having failed. This is not really, I mean, this watch is unusually nice. If we reloomed this so that the loom glowed, you would destroy a lot of the value of the watch, because this isn't a diver watch anymore. This isn't a professional diving watch anymore. This is a collector's piece. It's hard sometimes for original owners, because I've gone through this before with guys who bought these watches new. They're just to you, it's just a watch. You bought this thing in the store. Who cares? I mean, maybe you're not that cavalier about it at all, but there's going to be a sense of you don't see this watch as being more than just a watch potentially. Other people, this is a Grail level collectible. This is a serious watch. I would strongly recommend against reluming this watch because it would seriously hurt the value. And I wouldn't ever take it in the water ever again. This isn't a diver watch. I can put new seals in it, but that's to protect it. If you really want a new Seiko dive watch to go into the water, Seiko makes new dive watches that are fantastic. You can take them into water today. This is almost a museum piece. They never look like this anymore. Look at the pink at the stoplight hand. Absolutely undamaged. They never look like this anymore. This is such a magnificent watch. Such a beautiful watch. So anyway, if you want to invest in it, we can definitely make that happen, and I would certainly recommend it. We can return this watch to full running condition. I can put all new seals in it. We can get a new waffle strap for you, and we can make it so you can wear it and enjoy it. Again, I would not recommend ever using it as a dive watch ever again. And it's basically it's sort of a historical piece in a fancy dress watch now, but it's worth the investment. What a watch. And also, too, if you decide you don't want to make this investment, I'm happy to buy this watch off of you. And if we can work that out, then that'd be fine, too. It's whichever you prefer to do. But no matter what, it's a privilege to see this watch. And it's magnificent that you still have it. And I'm just so happy to see it here. Okay, you let me know what you want to do. Thank you.